Hello soulmates, welcome back to day 3 of our design series. My name is Ajulam. If you've been following along, you know we've been taking the simplest A-line pattern and turning them into something really eye-catching. So today we'll be making another stunning design. If you're interested, just keep on watching. Here are the materials I'll be using for today's tutorial. This is the third day of transforming our simple A-line pattern to different designs. So here is my A-line pattern. So today I'll be using a 4-year-old to illustrate. This is for a 3-year-old. I use a 3-year-old to draft this pattern. Even a 4-year-old can use this. This is this is 17 inches. 3 to 4 years can use this. For a 4-year is going to be sit exactly on the knee. That is for this 17 inches. But the chest area and the shoulder area is not the same. So I'm going to, trace this out on another pattern paper and then add the necessary adjustments. So these are the materials I'll be using for today. This is 1 yard, and then this is my net, to beautify the dress. So I'm going to start, like I said, now to trace this out on this paper, and then we can start the alterations. Here I just traced out my A-line pattern. So I'm going to adjust this now for a 4-year-old, a standard 4-year-old. The only thing I'm going to do here is to add the chest, increase the chest measurement. Every other part is okay. The length is very okay, 17 inches, because I want it to sit exactly on the knee. The shoulder is okay. The shoulder is 9 divided by 2 is 4.5, and I have 4.75 here, which is more than enough, although we'll come back to this to alter this shoulder area. So I'll come to this shoulder now, sorry, the chest line. The chest is 24 divided by 2 is divided by 4 is 6 inches. So all I need to do here is to add extra 1 inch for my ease and sewing allowance. You can see that I already have 6 inches here, so I just need to extend that to give it that ease. You can also use 0.75, which is okay. I think I'll use 0.75, which is here. So I'll come to this down and also add that 0.75. That is just all I need to do, to adjust my A-line pattern to a 4-year-old. Every other part is okay. All right, so I'll just connect now to a straight line. So we have different size charts, over 15 size charts for different design, be it A-line, jacket, skirts, bolero, any type of kids design. We have different size chart for that, where you get to see what to use for each age. So if you want to have the size chart, you can send me a WhatsApp message on the number showing on the screen, or click on our seller store link in the description. Right, so after doing this, now we are going to now alter this to the design that we want to achieve. Now 17 inches is what I want to use as the full length. You can see that towards the hem area we are going to be adding a net towards the hem area. So at this point, it's just for you to decide how many inches you want your net addition to be. So I'll be making mine 4 or 5. Okay, let me just make my 4.5. So this is the point 4.5 that I'll be adding my my net. So just mark that and then cut it out. I'll be cutting it out because we don't need this part. The net is going to be the one to complete the length of the dress. Okay, so I'll just add my joining allowance, which is ½ inch here. Okay, so this will go off at the end of the day. So we'll come back to this upper side. Like I said earlier, we'll adjust the shoulder area because the shoulders should be very small after sewing because of the design that we're working with. Now I'm going to minus 0.75 from the actual shoulder. So this part depends on how small you want your shoulder to be after sewing. So this is my 0.75 point here. Okay, and then for neck width, the neck depth is okay. For neck width, I think I use 2.75 for this one. Okay, I use 2.5 for this one. So I'm going to make it 2.75 or even 3 inches. It all depends on how free you want the chest area to be. So this is 2.75. I might adjust it later again. So I'll connect the new neckline now. Okay, so I'll just connect. So now this is the new neckline that I'll be using. It's just a little from the initial one, and this is my new shoulder line. So I'm going to connect the new shoulder line first before we alter it again. So this is the new shoulder line. Now if you don't want the child skin to be too visible, you can go with this, this part. But if you really want to get it exactly as it is on the thumbnail, all we need to do is to get the midpoint, the armhole midpoint, which is 2.5. okay, or you can also use whatever you use as your neck depth. Just mark it on this part. So I use 2.75. okay, you can see that my point is there, almost there, but for here it is 3 inches, which is still okay. So on this point you can decide to go in by half or 0.75. like I said earlier, it all depends on how open you want the skin to show. If you don't want the child's skin to really show that much, you can go with the first one, but if you don't mind, you can continue with exactly what I am doing. Then after doing that, we'll connect back to the armhole line. Okay, I hope you understand this, but just take your time and go through this video. So we'll now cut. Like if you want it too deep, you can still come in again. I use 0.75. you can still make it 1 inch. That is if you want the shape, the design to really give you what it's supposed to give. You still go in again, okay, before connecting it back to the armhole line. So I'm going to be cutting this step by step so you can see the shape. From there we'll now decide where to use finally. All right, so I'll just quickly cut. You can see that this style is very easy. You can actually make this in less than 30 minutes. So I'll cut. Alright, so this is the main part. I'm going to cut off this and see what I have there. Now this is what I say you can leave if you don't want the skin to really show, but if you don't mind, we'll cut again. This is the second one, the part that I use 0.75. I'll cut that first to check what I have. Now this is the shape that is giving me. You can see the shape that is giving me. Okay, and I think I'll go with this, but I'm going to cut the other one for you to see the shape that it's going to have. So I'll just cut only one part. I'll be leaving this side in case I decide to use that one. So I'll just cut. Now this is what this one gave us. You can see that this is looking so good, and I think I'm going to use these parts. Okay, now you can see that this one is ready. So we'll alter it once again on this hem part that will be adding the nets. So at the end of the day, you can see that I used 1 inch now inward. Okay, I did not use the 0.5 that I did initially. So this is very okay. It's exactly what I want to have after sewing. Now it's time to adjust this hem part. So the first thing I'm going to do is to measure what I have from here to the other end. I will not be including this ease and sewing allowance. So I'll just measure from here to here is 7.75. that is 15 and quarter. Okay, so all I need to do is to divide into 2. Everything I have here I'm going to divide into 3. So I'm going to mark this out just to make it clear. This is 0.75. I'll mark it on this side. Alright, so this is the line. So now from here I'll measure and see what I have All right, okay, this is 15.75. So I'm going to divide that into 3 points. So this is 15. You can also fold your tape into 3 to get the point. So this is 15.75 here. I'm going to fold my tape into 3, this way to just save me the stress of calculating. So this is 15.75. all right, so I'm going to mark those points now like this. Okay, this is the first point and this is the second point. Okay, so this is where we'll be adding the net. Okay, so I'm just making it more visible. All right, so I have 1, 2, 3 spaces here. So now I'll come to the center of each. All right, so this is the first one. I'm going to check what I have here and get the midpoint. So from here to here is 5.5, so the midpoint is here. Okay, and then I'll go up again by 2 inches is very okay. You can also use 2.5 or 3, but 2 is very okay for me. So I'll just connect now. From here I'll connect. This is where we are going to be sewing in the net. Okay, then I'll take it all the way down to this side. You can see what I have there. All right, so I'm going to repeat the same on this one and also on this part. After doing this, I'm going to cut them off. All right, but before then we'll sew these other parts with the lining and all of that before coming to this side. Before I cut this off, I need to take this as it is and cut out the same shape for my lining. All right, don't forget that before cutting these parts off. So I'll quickly mark. This is the midpoint here already. It's showing here. So I'll just go by 2 inches, which is what I did here. Remember that this is my sewing allowance. So this is my 2 inches there. I'll also take it up that way and connect. All right, and then I'll repeat the same on this other side. And then 2 inches, this is 1/2 inch. Okay, and then I'll connect. All right, so this is the shape that I have. I'll quickly cut out my lining, and then for the back side, the neckline, the only thing I'm going to be doing for the back side is to use 0.75 as the neck depth, but I'll maintain the same width and every other part. Then just 0.75 neck depth, and then my 1 inch zipper allowance. That is all I'm going to be doing for the back pattern. Okay, and then the back will also have this same shape, don't forget that. Okay,
hearts beat to the city streets. We began to feel the fire. We rise like tall buildings as the chemicals, they take us higher. The night's young, it has just begun as she puts her hand in mine. We wanna chase the night, wanna dance to the light, pull the stars from the sky, just two hearts running wild. Never sleep, never stop, as we shout from the top. We're gonna be two hearts running wild.
This is where we are after joining the shoulders and the armhole together. You can see how neat my dress is looking. Now you can see that your lining is straight. We didn't cut that part out. So all I did here for my net was just to cut out 4 panels of my net. Now this net I am using 5 yards. All I did was just to fold it for easy cutting, and then I cut out 4 panels. Now the 4 panels is what is left, to complete the length of the dress. So here I used 10 inches. I measured from the highest point of the curved area, the part that I just cut out, from the highest point to the remaining length, mine was 10 inches. So that is just what I did. And then I used 2 from the 4 panels. I joined 2 together, used my gather stitch on it for the front. The other 2 I joined together, use my gather stitch for the back. All right, so this is very simple. Now for those of you that would like to join our online classes, kindly send me a WhatsApp message for more details on that. We have our beginner, the intermediate, and our advanced classes.
Speed to the city streets. We began to feel the fire. We rise like tall buildings as the chemicals, they take us higher. The night's young, it has just begun as she puts her hand in mine. We wanna chase the night, wanna dance to the light, pull the stars from the sky, just two hearts running wild. Never sleep, never stop, as we shout from the top. We're gonna be two hearts running wild.
This is the final look. As you can see, it's already giving what it's supposed to give. So all I need to do here is to use my iron and then flatten it up so that the shape will really come out, and then join the sides together and attach my zipper. You can see that it is very easy. Now for my lining, you can see that it's straight. You just weave it. There's nothing else to do. All right, so that is it for today. Please subscribe if you have not, and I will see you all in my next one.